1061 The Twister, Oklahoma's best new country. It's Hunter Hayes and I Want Crazy. Danielle Bradbery, winner of the 4th season of The Voice, in studio with us right now. And you said that you had a guitar from Hunter Hayes. Please explain.
Yes. Well, it was actually when I was in New York, like maybe 1 or 2 days after I won. I guess he knew or he found out, and he was actually there going to perform on the plaza at the same time. So I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's very cool.
And I was in the studio talking to all the people that the news people. And
can't stand those media people. They drive me nuts. Huh.
And I was sitting there, and they all looked behind me, and I'm like, okay, what's going on behind me? So I turned around, and Hunter comes up, walks up, and hands me this guitar, and I'm like, oh, okay. And he was congratulating me on winning and just told me he wanted to give that to me. And after we were done, they're like, this was all his idea. And I was like, really?
Oh, that's cool.
And
That is cool.
It was a Martin guitar. It was a nice
So he didn't give you
guitar.
no ghetto guitar. He gave you a Martin.
He gave me a Martin.
Wait a minute. And he's got his own line. He has his own particular guitar out from Martin, the Hunter Hayes edition.
Whoa.
Yes, and the cost on that is through the roof. I mean, it's like $4,600, I think.
Wow.
So I mean, he's got a deal with Martin, and that's cool because he is very good on a guitar.
What we're saying,
yeah.
Danielle, is you probably want to go on and get that on eBay as quickly as you possibly can. 'Cause
Or I'll give you $50 for it. I
money
mean,
to
you're going
be
to need some
made
cash
here.
if you go to the mall later. I'm
Trying to
just
help
throwing
you
that
out.
out. No need in asking you, Daddy. I'll give you a 50. Just give me the guitar. All right, so you're in Denver. Let me get this straight. Denver, Thursday night, we're all ready to kick off the NFL season. We got Peyton Manning showing up. This is going to be real. This is off the chain. Like, have you ever seen Peyton Manning play?
Yes.
Okay, before that.
Yes, I
Okay,
have.
so you don't care, like, well, you're from Houston. He just shows up there every week.
Right.
But the point is, we got a game here. It's going to be huge. And then
A little problem.
for 30 minutes, 40 minutes,
Somebody forgot to mail the check to the power company.
we lose power.
and you're singing the national anthem, right?
Yes.
So now you're nervous enough going in front of 100,000 people.
76,000 in the arena,
Singing the hardest song on the planet.
Right.
including a camera in my face,
Right.
which is like the whole world.
Right.
And then
Those
the
rain
power
delays.
goes out.
Yeah.
And now you're hung in. Now you get 30 more minutes to pace around and go, okay, I got to do the anthem. Got to do the anthem. That had to mess with your mind.
It really did. They brought me out, and I was standing right there, and I was about to go on, and they're like, no, we got to push it back. So I had to walk back in, and there was like these towels over me because it was raining.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was just, and then I just kept going back and forth and back and forth. The longer it took, the more I had to think about it. And I was like, oh my God, I really can't screw this song up. And I can't forget the words. And the more time I had, the more I thought about it. And I was kind of freaking out.
I bet you were.
And the change of the climate was getting to me. And I was just kind of having a
boy.
breakdown. But once I finally got out there, they were like, go, 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 go. And I was like, oh, wow, okay. And I turned around. The camera was in my face about not far was Peyton Manning standing there in front of me. And a funny story is I find something or somebody that makes me comfortable while I sing, and that somebody was Peyton Manning. And he was swaying back and forth, getting his mode on for the game, and he had this proud face on, and I was just like, wow, this is awesome. And I was just looking at him, and we were kind of having this connection, and I was like, okay, I can do this, and I made it through.
That's
awesome.
It was awesome.
Now, where did you get in your head it was a good idea to pick someone out of the crowd to hone in on to kind of help keep you focused?
Well, I was standing there, and I was looking around, and Peyton Manning was the only one that was kind of dead set looking at me, and I was like, okay, why is he making me feel comfortable for some reason? It would make me feel like, usually it look like intimidating, but I'm like, wow. And when I sing, I find somebody that just makes you feel calm. It's the weirdest thing. I did that on The Voice with Blake. I looked at him while I was singing.
That's cool.
Like every time?
Most of the time, yes, because he would be either singing along or he'd have the biggest smile or a proud look on his face, and it just made me feel really good.
Looked like a real unathletic version of Peyton Manning, didn't he? Yeah. I know.
Oh, God.
Real unathletic.
Look at my deer track.
Oh, my God.
Hey, you're in pretty tight with Blake. We're trying to get Blake to retweet something. We'll get on that for you later on.
Yeah,
That's important.
could you help us with that, please?
Since you know somebody that knows
If
somebody.
you could maybe call him and say, would you retweet that for Bud and Broadway, please?
Yeah.
We'd appreciate it.
Yeah, just
Really
I'm
would.
sure he'll jump on that.
Yeah.
Let's get out of Fantasyland and let's play some of the music. Did we end up getting the music?
We got it. We're good.
Okay.
We're all good.
This is not the single. It is the single.
It is the single, but it's live. Well, it was
Storm
recorded
Shelter
live.
Lounge this one.
Yes.
Okay. As I know we recorded two
Yeah.
songs, I didn't know if this was the one or the two.
Yes. According to JJ, this is the single. If it's not, Danielle, his fault.
Well-
JJ Crash Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, KMOD is down there, so it may be Five Finger Death Punch. We need to check it immediately.
All right, so this is Heart of Dixie. She sang this a little while ago in the Storm Shelter Lounge for some listeners that we had invited in. And just check this out. And, we always say the mark of a good artist is how they sound live. I think we got a winner
They
right
wore
here.
it out here.
So
Clark
Danielle
in the Dark.
Bradbery.
Clark in the Dark put the processing on. He made sure it all worked. Got it
Yes.
all put to CD.
Thank you for giving him credit for that.
Well, I
'cause
wanted to
he-
give him credit because JJ had to undo everything that he did to
Right.
get it in here so we could use
Right,
it.
never in the history
Yeah.
of radio has it been that hard to get a song on. It's unbelievable. So here's Danielle Bradbery. 1061 The Twister, Oklahoma's best new country. That is Danielle Bradbery, Heart of Dixie, live from the Storm Shelter Lounge just a little while ago. That's such a good song.
Mega cool. Now you're going to be dropping the new CD very, very soon, right?
Yes.
Well, I mean, very soon. That's pretty soon.
The album is coming out November 19th.
Okay.
So that
Mega
is
cool.
very soon.
And also, I was just talking to her about doing live shows, and you say you got hooked up on this little podunk tour that's going to be starting in November, right?
Yeah, it's
Bunch
no
of
big deal.
this Yahoo named Brad Paisley.
Yeah.
Should be going on the road with him to listen.
Yeah, I'm hoping we'll get a show out of that. Who knows? I don't know if all the dates are confirmed or done on that deal yet. Who knows? But the point is that would be
Yeah.
cool if you were going to play here because we'd like to see you play.
That would be
I mean, the
cool.
Storm Shelter Lounge was cool, but obviously getting on the stage and be okay kind of changes things. Because like you said, well, she said this in the Storm Shelter Lounge. I think it was brilliant. I do better if there's a room full of people, like an arena, versus being in that little intimate setting.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that, man, I tell you, it's the same thing with us. Because we dabble in trying to do some comedy and that kind of thing. And when the person's 10 feet in front of you and you can see the instant feedback, I don't like it.
Me
I don't like
neither.
it at all.
And we had never had Peyton Manning in a crowd, so we don't have anybody to look
Yes,
at.
we have nobody to
to
look
make
at.
us feel better.
Terrible.
All right, so how do we get up with you on all of your many social media accounts?
Well, Twitter, you can follow me at @dbradbery, and Instagram is just Danielle Bradbery.
Now,
Easy.
Now, spell Danielle just so everybody will know.
DANIELLE.
There you go.
And Bradbery, a lot of people spell that wrong, is BRADBERY.
No,
There you
no
go.
2 A's, only 1 E.
Yes.
Right, because
Right.
I can't stand when people spell this kind of stuff wrong. Horrible the way they do. Now, on your, do you have a website specific, or basically just working off Instagram and Twitter?
I actually do have a DanielleBradbery.com.
Not spelled right, spelled properly. BRADBERY.
Yes.
Okay. Now, on that, the new video is up there
Yes.
because you dropped the new video last week, and it's only been a week. And how many views do you have on it now?
1 million.
Nice.
Lord have mercy.
Good job.
That's a little bigger than the Bud and Broadway big time string
Just
band,
a
but
little
don't
bit.
think we won't be trying to cling on and ride your success. You're welcome.
Yes, listen, we don't care whose coattails we're hanging
No.
on. We're hanging on somebody.
Yes.
You can count on that.
Only chance we got.
Thank you so much for coming by today. It's been very nice getting to meet you.
Yeah, thank you for having
And
me.
looking forward to some big things from you.
Yes. Now, listen, the best way to remember Bud and Broadway when you leave here today, because I know you live in Houston, and by the weekend, which is tomorrow or so, you'll be back, and you may be back tonight. I don't know. But the point is, you'll want to remember us. So what you need to do is get a tattoo that says Bud and Broadway. So
Yes.
the next time you're in town, you remember to come back here. You can get 106 on the Twister on if you want. But the point is, you want to remember to come back here next time you're in
So
town.
I'll tell my mom y'all
Yeah.
told me to get a tattoo.
Yeah,
That's
she'll
be fine.
And then
She'll
she'll be
fine.
okay.
You
She'll
need
be
us
okay
to
with
sign
that.
for it?
Well,
we
Yeah,
can sign.
please.
Yeah, we'll get you a
write
note.
that
Please.
note. The important thing is that you don't let the guy do your tattoo that did Blake's deer tracks.
No.
'Cause that's just don't do that because it's just a mess. Just
I'll
a mess.
add some barbed wire around it and make it pretty.
I've rethought that a little bit. We want to pull back on encouraging underage people to jump up on tattoos. We're going to back down on that. We've withdrawn from that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably a good idea.
We suck.